Have you ever asked yourself how you would recognize an evil person? It's not about labeling and fearing people recklessly, but about being informed and prepared. Imagine the ability to discern the subtle yet significant signs that hint at the presence of someone wicked in your life. From extreme narcissism to constant manipulation, consistent dishonesty to unpredictable behavior, the indicators are diverse and often overlooked. In this video, we will explore the indicators that suggest you might be dealing with someone evil. The first indicator is self-centeredness. Now, we're not talking about the occasional selfie or the need for a little me time. We're delving into the realm of extreme narcissism, where a person's sense of self-importance is so inflated it's like they're carrying around their own personal sun. You, my friend, are just a planet revolving around them, always in their shadow. Conversations with such individuals are one-way streets, and your opinions? Well, they're like dust in the wind, barely noticed and swiftly forgotten. This self-centeredness isn't just about ego, it's a symptom of a deeper disregard for the needs, feelings, and perspectives of others. So if you find yourself dealing with someone who makes you feel like a mere satellite in their universe, where everything always revolves around them, it's a clear sign of self-centeredness. And that's the first step in recognizing an egoistic individual. The second indicator is constant manipulation. Picture this: you're in a relationship with someone who seems to always have the upper hand. They're like a puppet master, pulling at your strings, controlling your actions, your thoughts, even your feelings. They might use guilt to make you do things their way, sympathy to gain your trust, or flattery to keep you hooked. This is the modus operandi of an evil individual. These people view others as mere tools to serve their own interests. They're experts at playing emotional games, leaving you feeling like you're on a never-ending roller coaster ride. You might feel drained, confused, and as though you're never quite in control of your own life. If you often find yourself questioning your own judgment or feeling guilty for things you shouldn't, you might be dealing with a master manipulator. Feeling constantly manipulated is a major red flag. The third indicator is consistent dishonesty. Now, we're not talking about the occasional white lie or a fib to surprise you on your birthday. No, we're delving into the realm of chronic dishonesty, a common trait among evil individuals. These people are maestros of manipulation, twisting reality like a pretzel to favor their narrative. Imagine being caught in a spider's web of lies, where the truth is distorted, and you're left second-guessing your own perceptions. These individuals present altered versions of events, painting themselves in glowing colors while casting shadows of doubt on others. They're experts at deception, spinning tales so convincingly that even the most skeptical minds might be swayed. And remember, it's not just about lying, it's about violating trust, breaking the sacred bond that holds relationships together. Chronic lying, covering up the truth, or outright betrayal should ring alarm bells. When deceit becomes a consistent trend, it's time to reassess and protect yourself. The fourth indicator is unpredictable behavior. This trait is a hallmark of those with malevolent intentions. These individuals are like grandmasters of chess, constantly plotting, scheming, and planning several moves ahead for personal gain or amusement. Their actions are often driven by a deep-seated desire to control or manipulate the situations around them, making it nearly impossible to anticipate their next move. They revel in the uncertainty they create, thriving on the imbalance and discomfort it causes in others. Their unpredictability isn't a sign of spontaneity or whimsy, but rather a calculated effort to keep you off balance, always second-guessing, always on edge. It's as if you're a pawn in their game, a game where the rules constantly change and the goalposts are forever shifting. This constant wavering can leave you feeling perpetually unsettled, like you're trying to navigate a ship amidst a storm with no compass in sight. If you can never predict their next move, be mindful. The fifth indicator is a lack of remorse. This is a trait that can be particularly chilling. Evil individuals often have an uncanny ability to cause harm without batting an eyelid. They might inflict emotional pain, betray trust, or even resort to physical harm, all while maintaining an eerie calmness. Their actions are not followed by apologies or attempts to make amends. Instead, they may even revel in the chaos they've created, showing a complete disregard for the emotional turmoil they've induced. This lack of genuine remorse can create an emotionally unsafe environment, where you might feel constantly on edge, never knowing when the next blow might strike. You might find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to avoid any potential triggers that could set off another round of unrepentant behavior. But remember, this is not normal. A clear absence of remorse is a significant red flag. It's a sign that you're dealing with someone potentially evil, and it's time to protect yourself. The sixth indicator is isolation tactics. Evil individuals often have an insidious knack for undermining your relationships, leaving you feeling alone and vulnerable. They may spread rumors, create conflicts, or monopolize your time, all in an effort to distance you from your friends and family. The purpose of this isolation is control. By eroding your support network, they make you more dependent on them, giving themselves more power over your actions and emotions. It's as though you're on an island, surrounded by a sea of confusion and doubt, with them as your only raft. The isolation can be so subtle and gradual that you might not even realize it's happening until you look around and find yourself alone. If you notice that your relationships are suffering because of one person's influence, it's time to take a step back and reassess. Feeling isolated because of them is a clear sign of their evil intent. The seventh indicator is disregard for boundaries. A profound lack of respect for individuality and autonomy is a common trait among those with evil intentions. They may show up unannounced at your home or workplace, rummage through your belongings without permission, or make decisions on your behalf without consulting you. This disregard for your personal boundaries is not just a sign of disrespect, but it's a violation of your privacy. It's like living with an unwelcome guest who refuses to leave, always encroaching on your personal space. You may find yourself constantly on edge, never quite sure when your boundaries will be crossed next. This is not normal behavior, and it's not something you should have to tolerate. It's essential to recognize these signs early on, as they often escalate over time. Remember, your personal boundaries are sacred, and anyone who disrespects them is not acting in your best interest. Your boundaries being disregarded should raise your awareness. The eighth indicator is intimidation or bullying. Now, this is an especially potent tool in the arsenal of an evil person. They may use fear as a means to exert control, to keep you constantly on your toes, always in line with their whims and desires. This is not your run-of-the-mill playground bully behavior. No, it's far more nuanced, often masquerading as concern or tough love. Evil individuals may employ threats, either overt or covert, to make you comply. Aggressive behavior too can take many forms, from subtle psychological pressure to outright physical violence. The key here is the intent to make you feel small, helpless, and at their mercy. Remember, everyone has a right to live without fear, to express themselves freely, and to make their own choices. Intimidation or bullying tactics are a clear sign of an evil person. So, if you feel threatened or belittled, it's crucial to recognize these signs and take necessary steps to protect yourself. While no single characteristic definitively proves evil intent, a combination of these behaviors can signal something more sinister. We've spent time exploring the traits of individuals who may not have your best interests at heart. The self-centered, the manipulative, the dishonest, the unpredictable, the unremorseful, the isolators, the boundary crossers, and the intimidators. These people can leave you feeling manipulated, scared, or confused, and it's important to trust your instincts when dealing with them. If someone consistently exhibits these traits, especially to an extreme degree, it's a red flag that you may be dealing with someone who is more than just difficult or complicated. So what can you do? First and foremost, establish firmer boundaries. This can be as simple as saying no when you're uncomfortable, or as complex as setting up detailed expectations for how you want to be treated. Next, limit contact if possible. This might seem tough, especially if the person is a significant part of your life, but it's an essential step in protecting your mental and emotional health. Seek support from friends, family, or professional counselors. It can be incredibly helpful to have an outside perspective and to know that you're not alone in your experiences. If necessary, don't hesitate to involve the authorities. Your safety is paramount, and if someone is threatening or harming you, it's crucial to take appropriate action. Remember, you have every right to feel safe and respected in your relationships. It's not about labeling people as evil or living in fear, but rather being informed, prepared, and taking the necessary steps to protect yourself. In the end, it's your life, and you have the power to decide who gets to be a part of it. Trust your instincts and take protective steps for yourself. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe for more informative content.